During our parents' Ruby anniversary gala, my mother insisted I sign over my $820,000 classic car dealership to my brother. When I said no, my dad lost it and smashed a heavy crystal decanter against my skull, knocking me out cold. I was always the workhorse. My older brother Julian was the undisputed favorite. My parents, Arthur and Beatrice, drained their retirement funding, his private golf academies, and his string of failed app ventures. I was the guy pulling double shifts at an auto shop to afford my certifications, eventually opening a top-tier auto restoration garage in Denver. 3 years ago, I secured a commercial lot and transformed it into a state-of-the-art facility. An $820,000 debt-free fortress. It was my pride and joy. The madness began at my parents' 40th anniversary brunch yesterday. My mother pulled me into the hallway. She stated that since Julian was in deep water with private investors, it was my obligation to transfer ownership of my garage to him so he could liquidate the property. "You have the skills to start over, Marcus," she said. "Julian needs a lifeline." I scoffed, assuming it was a guilt trip. I had no idea how serious she was. Fast forward to the anniversary gala tonight. The venue was extravagant, but I felt sick. Right before the main course, my father tapped his glass. He didn't offer a toast to my mother. Instead, he seized the microphone and locked eyes with me. "We have an incredible surprise," he announced. "To honor our family legacy, my son Marcus is officially handing the keys of his auto business over to his brother tonight." The crowd erupted into cheers. Julian was grinning, looking at me like I was finally serving my purpose. I stood up, my pulse pounding. I marched up to the podium. "I am absolutely not giving him my shop, Dad," I declared. "I never agreed to this insanity. You are manipulating these people." The ensuing silence was suffocating. My mother's face flushed crimson. "Stop being a greedy coward," my father whispered fiercely, leaning away from the microphone. "After everything we sacrificed, you dare to embarrass us? You sacrificed zero for me," I fired back loudly. "I built that company from the dirt up while you remortgaged your home to pay off Julian's gambling debts." My father lost his mind. He grabbed a massive crystal decanter from the head table and swung it with a guttural shout. The heavy glass smashed against my forehead. I collapsed instantly. The room spun. I vaguely heard shrieks and the sickening sound of my head hitting the marble floor. Blood poured into my eyes. "Stand up!" my father bellowed. "Save your brother!" The grand ballroom plunged into terrified paralysis. My mother just stood there, adjusting her necklace. Then Julian's wife, Elena, stood up. She looked at my bleeding face, then at Julian. "Back off, Arthur," Elena commanded. Her tone was cold enough to freeze the room. "Elena, stay out of this," Julian warned. "He's just being dramatic." "Do not touch me," Elena snapped. "I spent the last 8 weeks auditing your accounts. I stayed quiet because I needed proof. But watching you try to steal from your brother?" Elena grabbed a manila folder and tossed it onto the table. "Julian didn't make a bad business deal. He lost $600,000 on offshore sports betting. He drained our daughter's college fund." Julian's face went pale. "And you two knew," Elena continued, glaring at my parents. "You thought you could steal Marcus's livelihood to cover up a felony? Well, I forwarded those statements to the IRS an hour ago." Elena pressed a napkin against my forehead and hoisted me up. "I am filing for sole custody tomorrow," Elena declared. She guided me out while my mother collapsed into a chair, violently sobbing. My father remained rooted to the spot, completely numb, right as police rushed through the doors. In the ER, Elena handed me a flash drive containing every fraudulent email between Julian and my parents plotting the extortion. "Hand this to the prosecutor," she said. "I am pressing maximum charges for the assault and attempted extortion. My father is in a county jail cell, and my mother is leaving voicemails begging me to drop the case because they are facing bankruptcy. I didn't cause their bankruptcy. I simply refuse to be their collateral damage. My garage opens at 6 tomorrow morning, and for the first time, the engines will sound like a perfect symphony."